welcome to another video, A Walk with Phil, and I'm here in West Bromwich. Simple question, do you believe in ghosts? I think most people would say, nah, I don't believe in ghosts. Overactive imagination, all that sort of thing. But unless you've experienced a haunting, then you won't really know, will you? So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take you to a house that I lived in here in West Bromwich until I was about 6 years old. And I'm going to describe to you the events that took place in that house, and it is haunted. Okay folks, so I'm here in Wilford Road. Just here is Church Lane. That way runs down towards Black Lake. Ahead of me would have been the Churchfield Spring, and beyond there is the Hatley Heath Estate. And if I just pan you around here towards the school just over the road there, the All Saints Primary School, there used to be a brickmaking company there called the All End Brickworks, and it was the last brickworks left in West Bromwich. It was still there in the 1940s. We have the one-stop store. I'll just take you along here and just show you a few of the shops. And more importantly, we do have a Turkish barber's. It's called the Gentleman's Barber Shop. Now it's early evening, it's Halloween, it's October the 31st, and it's also Diwali. And let's check out this shop. There's a couple of chairs and they're both empty. Perhaps she's had a busy day today. Yeah, we've got a betting shop. This is, I think it's a cafe. We've got a Chinese and we've got the chip shop. There's Bank Street just over there. Take you down into Hatley Heath. And that's where we just come from. In the distance where that school was, that would be the Tantony Estate. And as we pan up there, this is the Church Lane that takes you up to Hall End. And it is Esher Road. I'm going to go up Esher Road. Now, yeah, today is Halloween. And so what better day to take you to a house that I know to be haunted. I'm not sure how many people out there would believe in haunted houses, but West Bromwich has their fair share of haunted buildings. We've got haunted pubs, haunted houses, and the two most famous haunted houses that we have in West Bromwich are the Oak House Museum and the Manor House Museum. The Manor House Museum is said to be the most haunted place in the West Midlands. What with its monks and knights in full armour. And but the the Manor House is probably the most haunted house in the West Midlands. They even did a most haunted television programme from there. You can probably find it on YouTube. This is Esher Road. It's fairly quiet. And Halloween this year has coincided with Diwali, so you're going to hear fireworks going off. I often think, well, what are fireworks to do with Diwali? I understand the lights decorating the houses and the windows, but fireworks, and especially bangers, going off all through the night. Okay, there's Gayton Road. Got a community centre down there. Don't know what they do down there. But anyway, the two most haunted houses in West Bromwich are the Oak House. There's been reports of full-bodied apparitions. There's been heavy footsteps in empty rooms been recorded. They've seen a tall man in period costume just sitting there watching. There's been children heard running around the rooms, and a lot of poltergeist activity. It's a very, very haunted house. Another one of those houses that are very haunted is the Manor House Museum. I said it's the most haunted house in the West Midlands. Practically every room in that building is haunted. And it used to be a pub from 1961 till 2009, and it was the kitchens especially that had most of the poltergeist activity taking place, with cutlery flying around the place, just moving on its own, glasses being thrown by an unseen hand. Many of the kitchen staff have been scared witless working in the manor house. All kinds of stories have emerged from there. And in both instances, the Oak House and the Manor House, a television programme called Most Haunted was filmed from these two places because of its reputation. But when you hear talk of the Manor House, of people witnessing monks and knights in full armour, you begin to think, well, you know, it's a load of baloney. Just ahead of me, you got All Saints Way. Used to be 10 Score Street, way back. And you can see this road would run onto 10 Score Street, but it's now blocked off now. But here is a road just off this one, and it's called Vine Crescent. And this is the earliest house I could remember living in, here in West Bromwich. And it was all around here that this was all built on in the early 1950s. This was a huge open piece of land. And to the left, where that school was, All Saints Church, or the All Saints School, was the brickmaking company. But that used to be a mining works, the shrubbery colliery, and before it became clay making. But that was the only activity around these parts, because this was all open land. And it wasn't until the early 50s when it started being built on. Anyway, this is Vine Crescent. And just here is the house that's haunted. Just behind that white van. It's just that one there. That's where I lived until about 5-6 years old. I lay in bed one night and I saw something on the ceiling. It's like a white sheet as it slowly moved across the ceiling. Obviously I hadn't a clue what it was. And then a lot of activity after that. Pipes used to rattle. It only used to rattle when I was in a particular room. And then I was sitting on the stairs during a thunderstorm, and I felt something touch the back of my neck as I sat near the top of the stairs. I actually touched the back of my neck myself. So I think, what was that touching my neck, you know? And then, how many times did I fall down the stairs? I felt I was pushed on one occasion. Figures seen down the sides of the house, apparitions. I wonder if this house remembers me. It was a scary time in that house. One morning I woke up. I was probably half asleep, half awake. I saw a ghostly figure proceeding to put a damp cloth on my forehead. And I could swear the figure was like dressed in Victorian clothing. One morning, very early, I could hear in the distance somebody crying, "Help, help." I must have heard it half a dozen times. Obviously I told my parents about it. I'm not sure what they made of it. But parents themselves also said they saw figures down the side of the house. I wonder if the people in this house are aware it's haunted. It would be interesting to knock the door, wouldn't it, and find out. But I think I'll leave it. I remember this road being so much bigger as well when I was a kid. Seems so small now. First time I've been up to the house since I was 6 years old, right up to it like that. Granddad lived in one of these houses as well. Not sure which one. Okay, I think I'll leave it. So there's my experience of living in a haunted house. Over the years, I sometimes think about what happened there. And I try to explain that maybe I was imagining it, or some other logical explanation that could easily explain what I'd seen and experienced. But as you grow older, you think, do you know, I really think there was something paranormal about that place. Especially when somebody touched my neck. A very weird feeling that was. Still remember it now. Anyway, I don't know if any of you have had experiences in haunted houses, but that was my experience of living in a haunted house in Vine Crescent here in West Bromwich. Okay then folks, so we'll leave it at that. Yeah, that was my story. It was a very scary time living in that house when I was very young, but I'm a bit older, a bit wiser, and I think back, do you know, I really think it was haunted. But anyway, we'll leave it at that. If you like the video, hit the like button and also hit subscribe and hit the notification bell for new videos, and I'll see you on the next one.